Despite all of the trials and tribulations that you've gone through and suffered, you cannot allow those negative thoughts and those negative emotions to get to you, because that is going to distort your image of how you see yourself and how you live your life. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, High Guidance, and that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, with that being said, because there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, then that means it's not in the line, which means it's not for you, so don't force it. As well as grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. For the month of May, we're going to be going over and discussing how your life is going to go on and why it's time for you to be the person you've always known you've wanted to be, as well as some recommendations, some reminders, and some disclaimers. But for today's video, we're going to go over and discuss why you have to learn how to control your emotions despite of what it is that you're going through. So the first disclaimer is simply because if you do not learn how to regulate your emotions or your nervous system, you're always going to be in a fight or flight. You're always going to feel like a victim. You're always going to feel like things are not working out for you, and subconsciously you're going to put that energy out into the world. People say it all the time. Whatever you're going through internally is what you're going to experience in your physical reality. And I know you're like, well, it's hard and things are not working out, and you have to go within. Like, you have to be able to clear up your heart posture. And I'm speaking from experience. What has helped me along my healing journey was to realize anytime that I was sad, number one, to validate my emotions, which is going to be a part of the recommendations, but number two, that I don't have to be sad forever. Like, and that's the second disclaimer. You have to realize that, yes, you're going to feel. Like, nobody's saying that you can't feel. Nobody's saying that you're weak. Nobody's making fun of you. And if people are making fun of you for being vulnerable and having emotions, cut them off, because they're weirdos, because everyone feels. But it's like, you don't always have to sit with your emotions. Like, a lot of times we overextend ourselves in our emotions. Like, a lot of times we end up trauma dumping our own selves to ourselves. Like, you end up dwelling on situations that you need to learn from. And a lot of times this happens because you weren't taught and shown how to deal with your emotions as a child. You didn't have people tell you, like, to reassure you that it's going to be okay, like, when you go through things. So the third disclaimer is knowing that you do have to realize what you have control over and what you don't have control over. And once again, we have some good recommendations. Like, you can't blame certain people for not showing you things if they weren't taught and shown. And that's going to be in the recommendations. Like, I don't want to give too much, but like, just keep that in mind. So if you grew up in a household and you know that you weren't taught and shown how to deal with your emotions, if you know you weren't taught and shown how to deal with your anger, if you weren't able to be vulnerable, if you weren't able to express yourself without people judging you or mocking you or gaslighting you, you really have to realize that this is a journey, this is a process, and learning how to deal with your emotions is going to take time. Like, you don't have to feel bad that you're angry or sad, because yes, when you are growing up in poverty, you're going to become angry, you're going to become frustrated, you may even become envious. Yes, when you are being bullied and neglected at home and at school, it's going to make you feel like not want to speak up to people. It may cause you to feel isolated. It may cause you to feel like you need to be private. It may cause you to be paranoid. Like, once again, like, yes, you've gone through the things that you went through, so nobody's here to gaslight you or invalidate you, but I'm telling you from experience, like, just because we go through certain things doesn't mean that there aren't solutions to how we can handle these things, because until you learn that with every situation there's a solution, you're always going to feel like life is never working out for you and that there's so many problems. And to be honest, the problems are to help you. And that's the fourth or third recommendation. Disclaimer, I lost count. You have to be able to change your perspective. And that is going to be one of the biggest recommendations. You guys, this is a good video. So make sure you have your pen and your paper and like any fruits and like donuts and popcorns and whatever. Like, this is a good video. For the month of May, I'm like, okay, we need to switch things up a little bit. We need to get deeper. And if you're new here, you need to watch all the other videos. I have over 1,100 videos, okay? As a mental health specialist on this account who motivates, informs, and educates, and a naturopathic physician. If you see me anywhere else, you see me anywhere else. But anyways, yeah. You have to realize, and you guys, my shirt is not low, it's just the camera and how I'm sitting. But you have to realize, like, when you have gone through things, yes, it's going to change your perception. And you're not wrong. Like, you being touched on inappropriately, you being abandoned, people isolating you, people betraying you, people being envious of you, people trying to sabotage you, people taking advantage of your innocence. Nobody's saying that you're not wrong for feeling how you feel, but you have to realize You don't have to feel like that every single day. And until you learn, until you have someone like me, or you go to a therapist, or you go to see a psychiatrist, or you learn to have faith in like God or the ancestors, the universe, take resonates, leave the rest, because I'm not here to force religion or spirituality, you're going to feel like, whoa, it's me. And I'm telling you from experience, like there were certain situations that have happened to me and I was mad and I was angry and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, why am I going through this? Why did this? And I had to realize I went through this because there were moments in my life where I was innocent. There were moments in my life I didn't have anybody show me. I didn't have parents or guardians. I didn't have the finances. I didn't have the resources. And this is why I'm also telling you guys from experience, like, learn from other people. Like, don't judge them or think you're better than them, because you're absolutely not. But just know that it is okay sometimes to not be okay. So the first recommendation is just knowing that if you weren't taught and shown how to deal with your emotions, you have to learn to give yourself grace. Like, you having a temper tantrum is common. It's not normal though. Like, being angry is common because we have emotions. Things are going to frustrate us. Things are going to make us mad. Things are going to make us happy. It's not normal to walk around hurting people, killing people, or killing yourself. It's not normal. It's not normal to steal from people just because you're struggling. Like, we're not going to get too deep, but we're going to just touch things like on the surface. Like, it is not normal. You have to realize, like, being envious is not normal. Some people are like, oh, being envious is a good... No, it's not. It's common, but it's not normal. Like, psychologically, you are not okay. Mentally, you're not okay. Like, you have a disability. Like, you're not okay. We're not even gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna get too deep today. Eventually we will, because all TL shade, that's what we do over here. But it's not normal. It's not normal to be envious of people. It's not normal to be mad and angry at yourself or even at the world. It's not normal. But because there's so much confusion, corruption, and chaos, and nobody wants to speak up about it, I am. So the second recommendation, once you realize that it is okay for you to regulate your emotions and to express how you feel, is to allow yourself to be seen. If you don't have people that you can confide in, you need to be taking notes. You need to be booking a service in a session. You need to be going to the God answers to the universe. You need to be able to sit with yourself. You need to be able to know the difference between your thoughts and your emotions versus what people are projecting and deflecting onto you. So if you are an innocent person, if you are a good person, if you know majority of your life that you weren't trying to hurt and harm people and people took advantage of you, people touched on you, beaten you, abused you, neglected you, like gaslighted you, you have to realize that you being innocent is not making you a bad person. You being naive doesn't make you a bad person. You being a loving, kind, nice person doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you realize that you have to learn not everybody has those same things. Not everybody is taught, like I said, how to deal with their emotions, how to be respectful, how to be loving. So you have to decide either A, you're going to be patient with these people and you may show them, you may be the example, or B, you're going to remove yourself, or C, you're going to tell them to seek assistance. We are not here to control people. We're not here to manipulate people. We're not here to tell people what they want to do. At the end of the day, all we can do is inspire people. The people who are going to get it are going to get it, and they take notes and they're going to ask questions. They're going to engage, or they're not. You don't have to sit here and try to overextend yourself and help people when you can't help yourself, because that's the main reason why you're frustrated. When you're someone who's constantly giving to people and people don't give back to you, you become frustrated. When you're constantly making sure everybody else is straight, but then nobody's there from you, you become angry. When you're constantly financing people and nobody finances you, you become broke. And I'm speaking from experience. There has been certain times in my life where I have helped people and I gave to people who never did anything for me, or when I did help them, they tried to shit in my face, excuse my French. And it made me realize I'm not going to stop giving to certain people, but it made me realize some people are ungrateful. Some people do not deserve your help and assistance because it's not for you to help them. Like, and I've learned that. I've learned with certain people, if I'm always there or I'm doing things and I'm not getting that energy in return, I don't have to give to them, and I don't have to feel bad about not giving to people. Learning to have boundaries. Just because you have boundaries doesn't make you a cruel or a hard or a cold person. Like, not everybody has the capacity and not everybody is deserving. Me personally, one of my biggest pet peeves, you guys, since you guys don't like know me for real, you're just like knowing certain things about me, unless you follow me on my other social media platforms, is I cannot stand an ungrateful or entitled person. If you are ungrateful and you are entitled, me and you are not going to go together, and I'm going to remove you. I will remove you. I will remove you real quick. Real quick. I don't like ungrateful people. If I do something for you, I'm not expecting you to give me back anything in return, but just be appreciative. If you can't be appreciative of somebody helping you, you don't need to help them. Because when I gave to people and I realized certain people were like utterly just disgusting and degrading and so disrespectful and so ungrateful, it made me feel some type of way. And I had to realize I'm not about to be angry because you're used to people not treating you well. You're used to people not being there for you. I'm just going to take all my love, all my attention, all my energy that I gave, and I'm going to continue to pour it to myself. And I'm going to continue to do that and pour it into people who deserve it. Instead of me being angry, instead of me crashing out, instead of me going tit for tat, instead of me exploding, instead of me being miserable and resentful, because that's what people want. Like, misery loves company. I just realized certain people are ungrateful. And one thing I'm not dealing with, especially at my big age, is ungrateful people. So it's like, if I'm only 29, and I've experienced that earlier in my childhood and as a young teenager and as a young adult, I'm not dealing with that as I turn 30. You are out of your mind. The older I feel like you become as adults, and let me know if you're like 30 and plus, 40, 50, 60, like, you have so much freedom. You get to do whatever you want. This is my life. Excuse my French. This is my life. You don't get to be here. You don't have, no. Okay? Like, that's the thing about being grown. When you are grown and you're mature and you're wise and you have discernment, you don't just let everybody come to your house. You don't just let people act like they don't have no sense. Like, some of y'all need to be held accountable. Some of y'all need to have people who care about you. Like, I'm that wise elder, you guys. Like, even though I'm 29, I feel like I'm a trillion years old. Like, I'm that auntie. I'm that grandma. I'm that mom. I'm speaking like in the future, that does not play. You need to find you something safe to do. And I am an auntie. I'm a rich auntie in real life. But like, I'm that person that's gonna let you know you need to find you something safe to do, because it's not safe over here. I'm gonna let you know right now. And you have to realize that. Set boundaries. You don't have to be so angry and so frustrated, because it's like, the longer you stay in that resentment and that frustration, it's going to continue to fester. And then now you limit yourself. Now you block yourself. Now you think everybody is like that. Like, if I allowed certain people and places and things to distort my image, I would not be able to continue to pour into the people who deserve it. I would be bitter. I would be like, oh, all men are not this, or all girls are like this, all our women are fake. That's not true. It's not true. Like, everyone's not going to cheat on you. Everyone's not going to hurt and harm you. Everyone's not going to be like betray you. But it's like, you have to know that about yourself. Like, you have to have the boundaries. You have to have the discernment. You have to learn the lesson. So the third or fourth recommendation, because I lost count, is knowing that when you do feel some type of way about a certain situation, or even within yourself, you need to figure out why. Why are you so angry? What is causing you to be so triggered? Why do people trigger you? And you have to, like I said, you have to be vulnerable. Like, if you don't have people to confide in, you need to be writing it down in your notes. I do recommend journaling. I do recommend watching mental health videos or videos with therapists online. Like I said, this is why I post these videos. Like, don't be shy. Like, if you're going to be here, you need to be engaging, not because I need you to engage so I can get paid. No, but because you're choosing to be here. Like, if you're going to have certain people in your life, they need to be held accountable. You need to hold people to a certain standard. That's also going to help you regulate your emotions. Like, you have to hold yourself to a certain standard. And if you're going to have people have certain standards, held them to a certain standard, you need to hold yourself to that standard. The reason why I have very high standards for myself is because I can afford them and I can create them. This is my platform that I created for the people who are meant to be in my community. So I have high standards. You all have high standards, because we're a reflection of each other. Like, you have to realize that you are a reflection of the company that you keep around. So if people are not pouring into your life and they don't wish you well, they don't mean you well, you need to remove them. We're not about to sit here and be angry and frustrated if we realize, okay, it's nothing wrong with giving. It's nothing wrong with being nice. There's nothing wrong with being kind, because that's what we promote. We promote being loving. We promote being honest, authentic, as people like to say, transparent. We promote being real. We promote honesty. We promote vulnerability. We're not doing that fake-ish. We don't do fake-ish. We're not faking it until we make it. We're not being performative. We're not going to be palatable. We're not here to please everybody. We're here to be our true selves. And if that makes people uncomfortable, that's on them. As long as you're not hurting these people, as long as you're not harming people, as long as you're not putting other people down, you're allowed to take up as much space. You're allowed to shine your light as bright as you need to. You're allowed to do what you want to do. This is your life. And if people, like I said, have a problem, they're not willing to get to know you, oh well, they're not your they're not your company. And you have to realize that not everybody is for you. And that's a lot of people's problems. I'm not going to get too much into that because that's a different topic within itself. But it's like, if you know something's not for you, it's not for you. Stop trying to overexert yourself into situations with people, places, and things if you know you don't have the capacity to provide or to be there for them. If you're not willing to be patient, and vice versa. Stop getting mad at people for showing you that they are doing the bare minimum. And that's what I had to realize. Instead of me being angry and upset that certain people were only able to do the bare minimum, I just had to remove myself. I just had to make sure that my circle, my community, the people that are in my life are on the same level. We don't have to be condescending. We don't have to be arrogant. We don't have to be braggadocious. We don't have to be boastful. No, it's just everybody doesn't want everything, and that's okay. Like, there's a community, there's a group of people for everything and everybody. But if you don't have that community, you have to start with yourself. So whatever issues you've been dealing with, what causes you to be mad, what causes you to feel sad, what causes you to be angry, things that you haven't let go of, that's your homework assignment. That's what I'm challenging you to write in the comment section and on your notes, or when you follow me on social media platforms, to answer. Like, why do you get so offended when you see beautiful people? Why do you feel ugly? Why do you feel sad? Why do you feel angry? Why are you envious? Ask yourself these questions. Why are you upset? Why do you get triggered when people are themselves? Why do you feel offended when people are able to speak up? Why don't you speak up? Why do you isolate yourself? And you know the answers. And if you don't, book your service in a session. If not, make sure you're seeing a therapist, psychiatrist. Go to God, Answers to the Universe. Follow me on all my social media platforms. Once again, all the information is down in the description box below. If you guys want me to go live talking about these things, drop the word live or the word may in the comment section. And just know that you're not alone. I love you. You're loved. Thanks for watching. Peace. Until next time. Bye.